Okay, so yesterday we are doing Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Today we'll start just one more topic. We actually have one more Bowlish coefficient of skewness, which I'll explain after explaining the quartile. Okay, quartile I did not cover till now. Okay, so that one I'll cover after a few days. So let me give another important term, which is called coefficient of variation. Okay, so we have one more term. Like yesterday we did coefficient of skewness. Okay, so I'm going on another important term, coefficient of variation. Okay, now it's defined like that, coefficient of variation. There is no such symbol. Coefficient of variation equal to sigma divided by mean multiplied by 100. Now practically it means how much variation is there in the data, how much variation is in the given data. So suppose you have a data like this, don't write this, suppose 10, then 28, suppose 31, then suppose 49, so and so on. So suppose the last one is 112. So how much the data is having difference from each other, how much the data is having the variation from each other. So here suppose the variation is by 18, here the variation is suppose 3, the difference, here the variation is suppose 18. So and so and so on. So how much they are having variation. So variation means the difference. Okay, so whatever the difference is there between the data, so the accumulated difference is the coefficient of variation. And this is a direct term. Practically, while compiling some data in commercial purpose, people used to find this coefficient of variation. It's a direct term. We know this sigma already known to you, mean is also known to you. Just we put the values and find it in percentage. So this is multiplied by 100, so it comes in percentage. So I just give an example, you will understand. Write one example, one question. Okay, one write one question for this. uh, find, right, find the coefficient variation, find the coefficient of variation, find the coefficient of variation for a given data, and check check which one is more variable. Okay, which one is more variable. So suppose there are two companies, or suppose two groups, suppose group A, then suppose group B, group of people. Suppose this mean and mode, that was not mean and standard deviation directly. Okay, variance is there. We will go for standard deviation. So mean and mode, mean and variance. Suppose mean and variance is there. Once you give the question, you'll understand from there. So suppose this is 60, suppose this is 65. Then suppose this is 65. Okay, let me change the number. Suppose this is 650, right? Suppose here it is 65, and suppose this one is 400. Okay. The question is, see, when you see the problem, then you'll understand. Suppose there are two groups of people, okay, two groups of people, and these are their mean salary, okay, per day system. Suppose there are some laborers working in a company, okay. So what is here? This 60 rupees is their mean salary of this group of people. Suppose there are number is not required, so I have not. So in this group, every people get 60 rupees salary in a, or the wages in a day. Getting it? So group B, similar another group is their group of laborers. Suppose they get 65 rupees of daily wages or daily salary, and the variance of the same people of the salary is 650 rupees and 400. Now the question is, which one is more variable? Question come directly, which of these is more variable? They give group A, group B, both group A and group B, or it is given that none of them or both are equal. So now what is more variable? Let me first you find it with the help of this, then I will explain practically what does it mean. Getting it? So now there are two groups. So what we'll do in this type of situation, we go by this coefficient of variation, and formula is this standard deviation by mean. So we have here actually what? Mean is ready. We don't have the standard deviation, but standard deviation can be found from variance. How to found it? We know variance is sigma square. So sigma only is required. So what we'll do? We'll find the, could you understand? Okay. So let me write it like this. I just do it here itself. Okay. Therefore here, what are you going to find it? We are going to find coefficient of variation. Let me make it a table itself. It will be much easier. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm finding here only. So let's find it. Actually question is this one. We are trying to find it here. So coefficient of variation for the first group and the second group. Coefficient of variation. Now, while finding the coefficient of variation, you see this is sigma by x bar. So sigma is standard deviation. So variance means what? Sigma square. Do you remember? So how to, here the coefficient of variation is sigma by x bar. X bar is the mean. So sigma will be square root of this. This is 650. So its square root will be the standard deviation. 650 by what? Mean. So what is mean? Mean is 60 multiplied by 100. So we will find this number. Getting it? Now the second group of people, here the variance is 400 rupees. So we will find the standard deviation, which is now square root of 400. Understand why square root required? Variance means sigma square. So you already know that. Divided by what is the group B? So divided by their mean 65 multiplied by 100. Now check these values, which is more, and that is actually the answer. Now root 650, and it is multiplied by 100, it will come in a percentage. So can you tell me this number? This one is easy. It will be 20 by, yes or no? 20 by 65 into 100. Please let me know the percentage. As they are multiplied by 100, the answer will be coming in percentage. Tell me. This first one is 42.4. Second one 30.7. Okay. Now try to understand. So in exam, we check which one is more variable. So the wages of group A is more variable. Now what does it actually mean? So we'll write the wages of this is more variable. Now it means that their mean is almost same. You see 60, 65. The more variable means suppose the one of the worker get 200 rupees, one worker get 10 rupees. So the difference is more between their wages. They are the same workers. Some people take get more wages, some people get less wages. That is what more variable. Suppose group A, people are like this. Suppose group A, suppose the salary of one person is 100 rupees, one person is 8, suppose one person is 20, and suppose one person is 500. So they are same they're in the same group, but some people are getting more and some people are getting less. So this is group A. Suppose group B, you see they have differences in salaries. Suppose this one is 110, suppose this is 130, suppose this is 90, suppose this is 95. Now look at the differences. Although their salaries are not same, but they are almost equal sort of things. Their salaries are here also not equal, but you see the jump. The same group of people, okay, one get 100, one get 80 rupees, whereas one get 20 only, whereas one get suppose 500 rupees. So this concept is called more variable, because average is almost coming same, 60 or 65, okay, all these people. But there are some jumps in the salary of some people. So some people get more salaries in the same group, and some people get less salary, almost there's okay. So here since the difference is more, that is what I was explaining. So in that case, this is called more variable situation. So basically in payment, in commerce or in business purpose, for payment to the workers and all, people used to go by this. Okay, they take, now suppose you are allotting some people to do some work. So which group you will select? You will select this group. Because suppose here you got 65 rupees, from monetary side you will not have any profit. Mean is same only, per head 65 rupees only go. But to make them work properly, these people will have always differences of opinion between them. Jagda will be there every time, because I get this much, I would work the same, I get more money, or you get very less money. So they will have always fight between them. But these people, money wise you will not get any, but making them work in the for a company or whatever. So these people will have almost equal type of salary. So making them work in the for a company, always the person used to go for this sort of groups. Okay, now also you can see the different workers are there. Okay, they work around this township. So whoever employ them to work, they go for actually this. But now our this is very simple type things. So almost all the people get equal wages, per day system, all the labors and all. But whenever differences are there, people always check this. They go for this relation. Okay, that is why this is required. They say coefficient of variation. They find the mean, they find the variance. Okay, then whoever is the advisor, business advisor people are there, no? There's advice. Okay, you do this, you do that. So they do all this calculation. Then they advise the policy. He is the or she is the policy holder. Then advise that okay, you go for this group of people. Okay, why? Because the variance is the variation is less. So you'll be happy to apply these people in the groups. That is why this term is required. Done. Now, right, scatter diagram. 6.1. Here, I just one topic I left, that is your Bowley's coefficient of correlation, which we'll be doing in another class. Okay. Now, I'm going for module 6, correlation and regression. It is there in page number 347. Okay. Scatter diagram. First topic is this. You don't have to draw this. It's just module 6. Here, one small topic I skip for time being, that is your Bowley's coefficient of correlation. Okay. Now, this is module 6, correlation and regression. I'll do that, don't worry, but for time being, correlation and regression. This is the next topic. Okay. Easy topic, and easy to get the answers. Okay, just one example. You don't have to write. It's there in page number 347. I'll start actually from page number 349. uh, correlation and regression. I'm just starting with correlation. Correlation is what is the relation between two terms, that amongst these two terms, that is correlation. Now suppose you have two terms x and y. Try to understand very easy things. Suppose this is the money spent in advertisement, money spent, in advertisements. So all these actually business purpose of things, and this is suppose money earned, after the money earned. Okay. Now, money, suppose there is a product. Okay. So what is that? To advertise this, we have to hire a famous personality for advertisements. So money to be spent. Suppose I give an example. One product A, any product. Okay. Then hired an famous actor. Then given him or her the responsibility to advertise. Advertisement is made. So huge. Suppose 3 crore rupees is spent, right? 3 crore rupees is spent only in advertisement. Now this product only advertisement will not work. They make the product, they have the manufacturer cost and all. So suppose product whatever the product is, the money earned is suppose 30 lakhs. Okay, for timing let me take 30, right? 30 crore, right? So let me write in words. So suppose 30 crore is earned. Now for having these advertisements, if the sale is increasing, or for having the advertisement sale is decreasing, or advertisement is not that impact, somehow it is going on, yes or no? So this is the relation between these two. So that is what correlation. Suppose here a very very famous actor has come, so that's what is that? The sale suddenly increase. Getting my point? So that is the what correlation. Suppose the person is hired, but the sale is not that increasing, it is even decreasing only. Okay, so that is what correlation is between the two quantities. Here the first quantity is money spent in advertisements, the money earned. So for the advertisement, how much impact is there, so that the money is increasing or decreasing, or so not increasing, not decreasing. This is what a scatter diagram is, and that is why you see page number 349. I won't draw this figure. Page number 349. Getting it? Okay. See this. Here, the first diagram you see, perfect positive correlation. This R I am going to explain after some time. So perfect positive correlation means you have seen the first. So it is page number 349. So the graph is going like this. That means whenever money invested in this, suppose these are the two quantity A and B, as I said. So money is invested, okay, money earned is also more. So this is a direct straight cut increase. When the money invested is increasing, money earned is also increasing. So this is called perfect positive correlation, and here the coefficient of correlation R is always 1. How to find it? I am going to do it. What is R? How to find it? So the coefficient of correlation is 1. Getting it? Next you see perfectly negative correlation. So it's like that. It's like that. Here money is invested, but sale is decreasing. Suppose a famous actor is hired, but suddenly some incident happened with him, so people start disliking him. In that case, his advertisements will not work. So in that case, since people do not like this person, so only for that reason, what will happen? The people suddenly dislike people, no? So in that case, suddenly the sale will decrease. People will not go for buying what he is saying. So in that case, here R becomes -1. Money invested here more, but money earned is decreasing. So this is the situation of perfectly negative correlation. So this is increasing, but this is decreasing, and here the coefficient of correlation is -1. Getting it? Then you look at the next one. These two, actually what is required, for you need to have this one. R value is how much? Now it's like this. You see, if you see the next figure, so there is an increase in this. Suppose this is A, this one is B. So in that case there is an increase, but not that as well. So sometimes increase, sometimes this side, yes or no? So this is called low degree perfect, what is that? Low degree of positive correlation, and in that case, R becomes more than what? More than 1. R is greater than 1. So as I told you how to find R, I'm going to explain. So this is a situation, somehow they're increasing, but not a straight cut increase. Okay, so it's a scattering one. Scattering one. So this is a low degree positive correlation, although increasing but low in order. And similarly, these sort of things is R less than -1, and this is called what is that? Low degree of negative correlation. Getting it? So what comes in your exam now? Okay, and one more. If no correlation, that means if the situation comes like that, this question came in one of the previous exams. So if it is like that, suppose this one, this sort of things. Okay, here the coefficient of correlation is 1. That means the advertisement is there or not there. Okay, no increase, no decrease in the cell. So in that case, the coefficient of correlation becomes equal to 0. So the advertisement is going on in TVs, advertisement is going on in different medias, but there is no profit, no earning in the. So in that case, this is a situation of coefficient of correlation 0, and we say it no correlation. There is no correlation between this advertisement and the money. And I give just example of advertisements just to make you understand. Now what comes in exam? Question comes in exam for low degree of negative correlation. Which of the following is the value of R? So suppose R greater than less than 0, R less than -1, R greater than 1. So you have to just find out the correct option. That is why this even the diagram comes. So this diagram is for which value of R? So you just write R equal to 0. Getting it? So directly these diagrams are mentioned even, and you are asked to write the value of R. Now that R is called coefficient of correlation. How to find it? We will be doing now. Getting it? So that is your module 6.2, page number 350. How much? 1. Is it clear? All right. So those who are online, is it okay? All right. So now write coefficient of correlation. So that is the topic. Now we will have this, and we are asked to find coefficient of correlation. Coefficient of correlation. And that R, that means which I was saying, that R greater than 0, less than -1. So how to find it? So it is like R equal to, easy one. It's easy. It's not very difficult. So summation of x minus x bar, their product. Summation of x minus x bar, y minus y bar, divided by square root of summation of x minus x bar whole square, square root of summation of y minus y by whole square. So you are going to find it. We have one more formula. We will use that also. Okay. So or both can be used, whichever you like. So or R can be found like this: summation of x y. I'm doing one. You'll try the other one. Divided by summation of x, summation of y, divided by n. Then summation of x square minus summation of x by n whole square. Then again summation of y square minus summation of y by n, y square by n. I correct? Yes. So summation of y whole square by n. So it's a once again a direct formula if you know it. Okay, easily it can be found. Here minus and here bracket close. Getting it? So coefficient of correlation which I discussed just now, how to find it using by this. Now what will be given in your question? Okay, the two quantities just now which I was explaining, like money spent in advertisement, money earned. So those two quantities are x and y, and then we just have to put their values, and already I believe you all know x bar is mean of x, y bar is mean of y. So after finding this x bar and y bar, we'll put in this whatever the requirements are there in the columns, and we get the coefficient of correlation. So I just do one. Actually this second one is obtained from the first one, so anyone you can do it. Why this second one is easier, you know, here we don't have to find the mean not required to find, so directly you can go with this. Getting it? So I'm doing the first one with mean, you will try the second one without mean, because I see for you people, you prefer this second one, because it, you know, direct action, or you can put it for this. Now let's go ahead with an example. Calculate, right? Calculate the question. Calculate the coefficient of correlation. Calculate the coefficient of correlation for the following. Correlation for the following data, for the following. So we need to calculate the coefficient of correlation. Suppose you have two quantities, x and y. So any one question of this topic always comes correlation and regression. So I am doing today correlation first. Okay. Suppose quantities, it can be anything in words. So suppose 60, 61, 72, suppose 70, suppose here it is, okay, 75, this is suppose 77, this is suppose 78, this is suppose 80, this is suppose 82, this is also suppose 81. Getting it? And suppose one more, this is suppose 85, and suppose this is 90. So what you are going to do, you are trying to find R, coefficient of correlation. Now this x and y I am not writing in words, it can be anything, as I told you. Here it can be ages of some people, it can be the money spent, or whatever. Okay, now the question is, we are trying to find the R, coefficient of correlation, for this. Getting it? Now one thing you see, as I told, I'm going to find the first one. Okay, so using this, now if you look at a formula, this is summation of x minus x bar, then summation of what is that, multiplied by y minus y bar. Now this y bar and x bar are the mean of x and y. Now how to find x bar, that one is requirement. Now x bar, you know, summation of x divided by n is the total one. So how many data are here? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So denominator is 6. Summation of x means, you know, all these number, what to do, add it and find it how much. Getting it? So find this summation of x, all these numbers you add and get the final answer. Similarly, I don't have space over there. Similarly, you find y bar also. Similarly, you find y bar also. Okay, I can use some space now. Just a minute. So this is x bar, then you also find y bar. Y bar means all these y you add it, summation of y divided by n. So n is again 6 datas. So get the values of this x bar and y bar. If coming in decimal, round it off. Okay, round it off to 1 digit. What is that? 1 decimal. $75.33. 75.33, no? So you can round it off. So what is summation of x came here total? 452. So it came like 75.13. I am taking 75.3. Here summation of y 459, hence 76.5. Done? Now, as I told you, statistics is easy one for one reason, because if the formula is known, you can get it for you by your own. Now, you see, x bar y bar is ready. What is the next requirement? X minus x bar, y minus y bar. Okay, so just to go for this, the next column will be, next two columns will be x minus x bar here. Unfortunately, decimal came, but anyway, you'll try. You have the calculators, and this one is y minus y bar. Okay, so x minus x bar. That means from 60x, x bar 75.3 you subtract, it will be minus 15.3. So yeah, used to this type of calculation, x minus x bar. Every time this mean to be subtracted from x values. Now this is 72 minus 75.3, so it will be minus 3.3. 75 minus this will be minus 0.3. Getting it? 78 minus 75.3 will be 2.7, and 82 minus this will be 6.7. Am I correct? Okay, 6.7. And 85 minus this will be minus 9.7. No, sorry, plus. How much? 10.7. 10 point? No. 9.7. Yes, 9.7. So we got this x minus x bar. Now try to find y minus y bar. Similarly, y minus y bar. So y minus y bar. So this is 61 minus 76.5 will be minus 15.5. Am I correct? Okay. Then 70 minus 76.5 will be minus 6.5. Then 77 minus this will be just 0.5. And 80 minus this will be 3.5. Yes. So 81 minus this, how much? 4.5. And finally, this is again 3. No, more than that. How much? 13.5. Done now? All right. Now once again you see the formula. This one is ready. Now what to find out? If you see the first formula, we need to find the product of this. We need to find the product of these two columns, because this is into here. Moreover, you look at this, summation of x minus x bar whole square, summation of y minus y bar whole square. That means we need 3 more columns. The 3 more columns, one is square. Square of which one? X minus x bar square. Getting it? We need the other column, y minus y bar square. What is the last column from the formula? The product. Yes or no? Which product? X minus. Your last column will be x minus x bar to be multiplied by y minus y bar. Have you understood what to do? So what is this column? Square. All these numbers square you do. Getting it? What is the next column? The next column is also square. The next column is this one. Square of all this. Square, whole square. 15.5 you have to do square. Getting it? And then what is the last column? Just you need to multiply this value and this value. Multiply, that is the last column. Can you complete? And if you observe after that, you just have to find summation of this. You have to find summation of this, how much? You also have to find summation of this, how much? Finally, you also need to do, this is how much? Summation of x minus x bar, y minus y bar. So this is how much you need to find it. So find all these values. And just you put in the formula, that will be your required answer. It's not that difficult, okay? But the problem is, after doing all these long calculations, it will carry only 1 mark. That is the, Those who are online, are you doing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, any no doubt no in the calculation what to do? Just square. Yes or no? Okay. So, can you tell me the first one? Any idea? This one coming? This number? No. Okay. Yes. How much is this? 393. 390.4. Oh, 39. Correct na? 39. Okay, fine. Find the other two. 497 point. Okay. Could you understand this last one? Just multiply. Which two? This one and this one. Just multiply them. Okay. Final total. Correct. Okay. How you can write? 5 is there. Okay. So 497.75. Is it 75? EPS you will write it. Huh? Correct or not? Okay. Last.
497.5.
Correct now? Okay. So the last one you multiply these two. This one. How much? 700.35. According to me, none of these. I'm. Is it check it? Check 700 point.
429.3.
How much?
429.3.
Last one.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yes. Thank you. Here also they got it. 420. 9.3 or
Point
5?
three. Point three.
9.3. They
Yes,
have
sir.
5. They are physically there now, so they got point 2 more. You are online, you got point 2 less. They are getting point 5. Is it point 3 or point 5?
So let me
Huh?
check.
Point 3 or? Okay. Huh? Okay. Point 3. 0.3. Okay, I'm taking this 429. You will check it. Calculation to anyway you can do it. So this is your 429.3. Now, ready? So just you put in the formula now. Look at this. We are doing the first method. As we are doing the first method. So just you put it now. Okay. This one I'll just explain. You will do it. Now this one you got just now 429.3. Done now? Is it clear? You got it just now 429.3. Then square root of this value, huh? Look at the board. 391.34. 391.34. So 391.34. Just a minute. Then square root must be found. Similarly, square root of y minus y bar whole square. So that, sorry, just a minute. That is your, how much? 497.75. 497.75. Now the calculation is only left. This square root you find out using calculators. Get the final value. Vishal, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Find this, and that is the coefficient of correlation. Then now we have to do square root. Is square root, yes or no? Find it. So you can find it anyway. Done. Now, what I am going to explain is okay. Just me erase it now because I hope all you have done this. So just a minute. So this question only. As I said, preferably we will do the second one. This is just to explain, so I explained that. Actually, using this method, the number becomes smaller. Using the next method, number becomes greater. And you do not have any problem with greater numbers as the calculators are allowed. Yes or no? So I'm taking the same numbers, but with the second method. I hope it is clear. So what I was saying, numbers of second method, what happens? The number comes larger, and you do not have any problem with larger numbers because you will be using the calculators. Now, to use this second one, so anyway, you will get the answer. I didn't go through, so I hope you all can do the calculation. Now, why this method now? You see, it is very simple in one way. Number of columns will all be less. What you have to find out? Just x, y you need to multiply. Summation of x into summation of y. So you have already done summation of x here. So summation of x means sum of all this. So summation of x, this one will find out. Summation of y, this one will find out. Now the requirements you see, requirements as per the formula. X and y you need to multiply. Yes or no? Yes, then x square and then y square. So it's like this. So the requirements here are 3 again. But you see, columns are automatically decreasing. So that's why I said preferably we will be using this. Now, one you have to do x square. One you have to do y square. One you have to do x into y. What will happen here? The numbers will come larger. For example, x square will be 60 square. It will be 3,600. So numbers will be coming greater. Okay, just a minute. So then you see the formula. What this is required to find? Summation of x square and summation of y square as well as summation of xy. Getting it? So we need to find summation of x square, this one. We need to find summation of y square, this one. We need to find summation of xy. So method is simple, calculation is slightly greater. And what is there now? Every value is now ready from here. You just put it. So I prefer you will do this method in exam if comes, because you know it's the column and etc. you will have very less compared to the previous one. So now you will put it here. Summation of x is there only. Okay, so you got it, summation of x. How much it was? Last time you got it, same question. X was? Yeah, summation of x. That is mean. 400? 452. Yes. This one? 459. This one square you do, huh? All the numbers square. So 660 square I got this number. So similarly 72 square and then add it. Square, then add it. Then x into y multiply this column. Okay? Oh. No, no. No. তুমি নিজে কৰি চোৱাচোন সেইটো নহয় সেইটো মাজত প্লাছ আহি গৈছে না চ' সেইটো কাৰণে চ' you check in both then you'll see they are not equal. Okay, summation of x square কৰা any idea summation of x square how much 30 440 is it correct so it will square কৰিলে 2 into 2 4 আহিব না so it will not be equal. Okay, 34,442 like this the other two. This one no 35,600 okay last one it is just into 60 so it will be 3660 no okay so like this into so it will be 49 50 I think 90 am I correct 5090 yes or no sorry 5040 sorry 5040 so like this multiply and tell me the total value finally last one no 30 say 35,000 0 correct okay now these values just you put it you see once again I repeat it the same thing you will go by this method okay preferably smaller calculation now just you put it in the formula now so here this will be summation of xy which you got just now how much summation of xy 35007 yes or no so this number is 35007 minus summation of x into summation of y so I just show you how to put the value summation of x into summation of x is 452 this is 459 so 452 into 459 so this is 452 into 459 divided by square root of under square root under square root so summation of x square this one be little careful summation of x square so summation of x square as you got 34442 so this one you got 34442 minus summation of x square is means what you know summation of x is this 452 so 452 whole square divided by n I think 6 datas were there n means 6, yes or no? So there are 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So just to put here 6. Now this calculation you need to do similarly. Summation of y square. Here actually this method calculations are larger. Summation of y square. So summation of y square you already have it. 3 5 6 11. 3 5 6 11. So this is 3 5 6 1 1 minus summation of y already you have 459 459 square, then divided by n. N is calculation to anyway you have to do only, you'll get the required answer. Okay, done. So now it's up to you which method you will go by. Alright, the mean method numbers are small, so here numbers are larger. That is only the difference. Okay, then we'll meet in the next class. Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.